Today we're going to be taking a look at the best tow bar braking systems for your 2015 Jeep Grand Cherokee. Whenever we're towing our Jeep Grand Cherokee, it's important to have a supplemental braking system, because if we don't, we're relying on our motorhome's brakes to not only slow itself down, but also all the added weight of our Jeep. There are going to be a few different kinds of braking systems along with several different options, so let's take a closer look at each one and go over some of the benefits. So here we're going to have three different types. On the end here, we're going to have a portable system, which means we're going to be able to take it in and out of our vehicle whenever we want to use it. Next, we'll have a fixed system, which is going to be a one-time installation, and we're not going to be taking it out. We're not going to have to set it up each time either, though. Finally, we're going to have another fixed system, but this one is going to be specifically for motorhomes that have air brakes. Now, one thing I do want to mention is that there is another kind of braking system. We're going to have a preset or a proportional braking system. I always suggest going with a proportional because that's going to give you a smoother braking action, because what that means is when you press the brakes in your RV, it's going to sense how much you're slowing down and apply the brakes accordingly. A preset braking system is going to have a set time and amount that it'll apply the brakes. So even if we do ease on the brakes, that preset system is going to have a determined amount of how they're going to apply it. But regardless if you go with a portable or a fixed system, there is a proportional option for each one. Here we have the SMI Delta Force. This is going to be one of the options for our portable braking systems. And again, this is a proportional system, so we'll get that nice smooth braking action. Now the benefits to the portable braking system is just that. The fact that we're going to be able to remove it and take it out so we can drive our vehicle normally and not have any permanent modifications to it. Now the downside to that is that every time we want to tow, we're going to have to set this up. And once we get to our location and we want to drive our vehicle around, we're going to have to remove it. So if you don't tow that often, this is going to be a good choice because it's still going to give us that proportional braking, but we are going to have to set it up. And most of the portable braking systems available are going to have some kind of monitor that's going to go in the motorhome like we have here. And this is going to let us know what's going on inside of our car in case there is an emergency or if there is a breakaway situation. Now with the most portable systems, the way that our brakes are going to be applied on our vehicle is that we're going to have an actuator that's going to hook to either the brake pedal or the brake arm. And then whenever we hit the brakes in our motorhome, it's going to send a signal to our operating unit and apply the brakes by extending this cylinder out. But if you have multiple vehicles that you tow behind your motorhome, a portable braking system is a good option because we can simply remove it and put it in the other vehicle. Just keep in mind that the second vehicle is going to require a breakaway switch, just like the initial one, for our braking system to work. Our breakaway switch is going to be a fail-safe safety device. In the event that our Jeep Grand Cherokee gets disconnected from our motorhome, this pin would be pulled and it's going to apply the brakes at full pressure. Next, we'll have a fixed system like we have here with the Stay and Play Duo. Now this is going to be a permanent installation, and once it's installed, we're not going to have to worry about setting too much up. We are going to have a switch that we'll have to turn on when we tow and turn off when we drive, but that's all we're going to have to worry about. But keep in mind the installation is going to be a little bit more in-depth than the portable systems. Now our Stay and Play Duo is going to be a proportional system, so again it's going to give us the even smooth braking action to match our motorhome. And our Stay and Play Duo is going to use two different ways to figure out if our motorhome is braking. Inside our Jeep, we're going to have the G-Force controller. Now this is going to sense the deceleration of our Jeep or the slowing down. And our operating unit, whenever it senses that our brake lights are on our motorhome at the same time, it'll apply the appropriate amount of brakes. And instead of the actuator being built into the operating unit, we're going to have a small cylinder that's going to be mounted on the brake pedal arm and a tether that's going to be anchored on the firewall. So whenever our unit tells the actuator to extend, it'll pull on that cable and apply the brakes. Finally, we have the Air Force One here, and this is going to be specifically for motorhomes that have air brakes, and it's also a fixed system. You'll notice that it's going to share a lot of similarities with the Stay and Play Duo, and in fact the actuator is very, very similar as well. The tank and valve assembly here is going to be mounted on your motorhome, and it's going to tie into your air brake lines. Now what's really going to make this a truly proportional braking system is because however much we apply the brakes on our motorhome, this tank and valve are going to apply the same amount of air pressure to our vehicle and apply the brakes. As far as the Grand Cherokee side of the install, our actuator and operating unit and everything else is installed very similarly to the Stay and Play Duo. Now on the motorhome side, we are going to need to mount the tank and valve, and you just need to make sure that you have enough room and access to all the air lines needed. So to sum everything up, our portable braking system is going to be a good option for a few different reasons. If you don't plan on keeping your Grand Cherokee that long, there's no need to permanently install a braking system. Or if we just don't tow that much, having to set it up each time isn't that big of a deal if we're only doing it so often. Now our fixed system is going to be a good option if you tow a lot, you plan on keeping your Cherokee, because we're not going to have to worry about setting it up each time. We can simply flip a switch on our Stay and Play Duo and we're ready to hit the road. Now Air Force One is going to be the best option if your motorhome has air brakes, because it's going to give us that truly proportional, nice, smooth braking action, and it is designed specifically for motorhomes with air brakes. But keep in mind, that's only going to be one component of a complete safe flat tow setup. For our Jeep Grand Cherokee, we're going to need a base plate, wiring, a braking system, and a tow bar, along with some safety cables. Our base plate is what we're going to be attaching to our Jeep Grand Cherokee so we can hook it up to our motorhome. Our tow bar wiring is going to allow us to take the signal from our motorhome so it matches on our Cherokee while we're driving down the road so we can be safe. Our braking system is going to activate the brakes on our Jeep Grand Cherokee, so when we're going down the road, we don't have to only rely on our motorhome to slow us down. Our tow bar is going to be what actually connects our motorhome to our Jeep Grand Cherokee. You just want to make sure you get the appropriate weight rating along with the safety cables so we have a full setup. You can find all of these here at etrailer.com. Just make sure to use the fit guide so you can find products specifically for your Jeep Grand Cherokee. And that'll finish up your look at the best tow bar braking systems for your Jeep Grand Cherokee.